live. We're in living color. We're probably gonna have an ad break in about a minute and a half. I can't do anything about that. You better subscribe. That way you don't have to worry about the ads. But that's just me. I'm live in Glasgow, Scotland, Dad. I'm here, and this is a beautiful room. It's an absolutely gorgeous room, and it's friggin' huge. Um, it's like a little bitty apartment, and I'm having a blast. So today, for he's pulling a rib on everybody, isn't he? Today and today only, I've got the one, the only Scottish Tiger. He's doing his thing, and we're gonna talk about a little bottle here that we call the Dalmore 15. This is the guy I brought home on my last little adventure, and we're gonna do a little tasting of this. And I got some Oban, and we're gonna try that guy too. We gotta compare whiskeys. We can't just do one. Anyway, hopefully we get a visit from a little bit of this, a little bit of that. We'll give him some time to come on in because, I mean, like I said, the ad break happens about right now every time. Meanwhile, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. We got us a table set down here. And if you can't hear me, that's too bad. I'm way over here. You're way over there. I imagine you can hear me. If you can't hear me, someone needs to tell me. All right, so I've been here for 2 days. It feels like 16, and it has been an absolute blast. We've been all over the city of Glasgow. I've been down the train on one way. I've been back the train the other way. Man, Loch Lomond. Today we gotta put our hands in it. I've got pictures. I got video. It's been a ride. But when I go to do the streams when I get home, there's a whole lot of details I gotta fill in. There's been a little tragedy. There's a little bit of, bumps in the road, if you want. But it's been a good time. And like I said last time, I wouldn't change a thing, because it's the hardships that make you who you are, right, Dad? The good man, Scottish Tiger, he bought me an entire set of these wonderful little samples. And it's a big box, man. When I show you the box and the images, you guys are gonna freak out, because my mom freaked out when I showed her. It was unreal. So right here we got this caramel. If you caramel, if you of that particular variety. This is what I had on the last train ride, and it was awesome. They give it to them in the rooms. Came with the room. I would rather have paid the full price for this thing right here. But anyway, as we wait for the ad break to run through its course, we've had several different iron brews. I watched Scottish Tiger have a diet iron brew. I got the extra, so it's like extra flavoring, but with none of the sugar. And it is really, it's a different flavor profile altogether. But when I was traveling through the grocery store, which again, I took a lot of pictures, I looked over and I seen this bottle. And it is a bottle of Iron Brew from 1901. The original recipe. It's like having an original recipe Coke, okay? And I'm telling you, this is gonna be fun to experience. It's got quinine in it. My mom's gonna have a fit when she hears about this thing. Quinine apparently is a remedy for malaria. I haven't been bitten by any mosquitoes while I was here. Even though we went through some swamp, I haven't been bitten by a mosquito. But had I been bitten by a mosquito, there's your remedy. it's got lots of goodies in it, but the quinine stuck out in my brain. I'm like, this stuff shouldn't be consumed on a regular basis. If and only if we can get some visitors, I would like to bring on my guest. But while we're waiting, I need to wet my palate. Is what I need to do. Because, man, I know it's like 2. What is it? 2? What time is it? It's 7:30. It's 2:30, 1:30 where you guys are at. You're slacking. You're not all awake. I know you're not all awake. So we're gonna try a little bit of this here. The Oban. And it's a stout whiskey. And I'm pretty sure I bought a bottle of this before. And you gotta swirl it around because you aerate it, right? You aerate it. Oh. See, I had one last night and I swirled it around and it got more oaky. It got more woody as you added air to it. This gets more floral. Far more floral. Oh my goodness. Here we go, baby. Oh, that's spicy. It's smooth. There's no bite to it, but it is spicy. That's heavy spice. Pepper, not peppery, but bitey. So the bite is up front and it's not down the throat. But I like it. I'm about another bottle of that. That might be number 2 on my list of favorite whiskeys. I don't think you can get the distiller's edition back in the States, but there might be a nice Oban when I get back there. I'll have to look, but man, that's a good scotch. That's a good scotch. I'm drinking my way through Scotland. As opposed to Mike King, who's drinking himself through Las Vegas. You know, he didn't invite me. He did. I'm getting messages from across the nether realm. Oban is a town on the Atlantic Ocean coast of Scotland, around 20 miles from Ben Nevis. I saw Ben Nevis on the map when I was studying, and I don't remember why that was important. Do they got a soccer team or something? Because I can't remember. There was something about it that was important. Right? Neither here nor there. All right. So we're running on the first 10 minutes. So we're past the ad break. Absolutely. The little boy, the little girl are at home, and it about broke me to leave them. I left Vinny. He was literally the most stoic, stone-faced I've ever seen. I don't know if he was just taking it in or what, but the little girl obviously didn't know I was leaving. But yeah, he was very stone-faced, and he stood there and watched as I went down the driveway, which I told him on my way out also broke me because my grandfather, when I left my grandfather's house, he would wave as we were leaving every time we left. And, you know, that's just an old-timey thing that you don't do anymore. And as I'm pulling away, I expected him to go back in the house. And he stood there at the end of his mother's vehicle and watched me leave. And that about broke me too. I had tears for the first 15, 20 minutes of my drive 2 days ago. Uh, but yeah, it was a rough way leaving them. So, but it is a journey that must be made. Here I am, what, 6,000 miles from home, gonna get farther away from home as the travel goes. So, all right, we are 10 minutes in. So, I believe it is time for me to introduce to you, for the first time ever, my guest, live on my stream, the one and only Scottish Tiger.
You did say something.
Boys and girls, Scottish Tiger, boys and girls. Mr. Tiger, it's a pleasure already, man. We've had a wonderful couple of days. That meal last night, that meal was absolutely stunning, my friend. And he says he's been there before. That's the worst part. He's like, you know, we need to go over here. Let's go over here. And he doesn't tell me why. He just like, he even gave me options. He says, here's your options. And I'm going, but that's the good one. And he's like, yeah, I know. Why didn't you just say that's the one?
But that venison haggis rocked.
Oh, he was kind enough to share with me a bite of the venison haggis. And as well, first of all, you could tell the different notes. It was definitely venison. It had a definite richer flavor. But the every place you go with haggis, the flavor is different every single time. So you tell us, Mr. Scottish, since you're here for the first time, what about Glasgow is what makes you feel like you're a Ouija full-blooded?
Well, I was born here, so that straight away makes me a Ouija. And I spent my first 6 years of my life here.
Mm-hmm.
And I came to university as well. I showed you the university yesterday.
The big place.
Yes.
It's not Hogwarts, but it's a big place.
Yes. I was there for 4 years as well. And today on the train I showed you where my house was for the 4 years, which is also in Annie's Land in Glasgow. So I feel Glaswegian, and I always have.
And I went past his high school too. I mean, there's a slew. I was telling my mom earlier that there's a slew of places this guy's been. That you know, every time you go past somewhere, it's I've been here. You know, it's not the same as when I was a kid. My grandfather goes, "This all used to be farmland as far as the eye can see." That is not what he's doing. It's like, this is where I used to live, and this used to be this, and that used to be that, and it's just not that much fun anymore. And that's about as deep as it gets, you know. But he's a fantastic host, by the way, absolutely fantastic host. He's if not for him, none of this would be ever even possible. Period. Full stop. Okay. So, Mr. Scottish, you were talking about tomorrow evening. We got a reservation at another restaurant.
Yes.
And the contrast.
That's good.
Yeah. And he said he's been there twice in his past. And what style restaurant is this?
It's French.
It's French. So what was last night?
Last night was Scottish.
That's why I was thrown off. I was like, it doesn't seem very French. But you know, I'm just shutting up eating the food. Needless to say, I had the seafood because that's where my brain was at. And I wouldn't change a thing because, man, when I tell you, I should get pictures tell you these stories. We're not going to get fat eating this food. We're not. It's not going to happen. We're not. This food makes you healthy. Like today, we had Korean. You know, we had kimchi. We had miso soup, which is more Japanese than anything else. But you know, we had good food today too. So it's not. We have our desserts. This guy and his ice cream, I swear to you.
I've had it twice.
He has ice cream twice in a week. I haven't had ice cream in forever. I bought Benny ice cream about 2 or 3 days before I left because it was like, you know, warming him up for, Dad's gonna be gone. And I got him some chocolate ice cream. I got him in a scoop. And he looked at me and he goes, Dad, you never do this. And I'm like, eat the ice cream. And it was everything in me to not buy anything. I wanted some so bad.
You've had Greg's twice since you came.
And I've had Greg's twice since I came here. The steak pie. Talking about,
Steak slice.
yeah, it's steak, yeah, steak slice. It looks like a Pop-Tart on the outside, but it's a puff pastry about that wide and stuffed full of like a sirloin steak and a stew gravy, and it's just the right amount. And man, aside from needing just a little kick or something, it is stellar. And I got to have a Lorne sausage for the first time. And boy, that was good too.
What about the BBT guy giving you a treat?
He did. And I told Mom that story too. I had to point it out to you because you missed that pot. I said, yeah, he turned around, went right back to the oven and pulled out a second brick of this stuff and put it on the sandwich. And he looks at me and says, I want to make sure that you enjoy it. It's your first time. So, the people of Scotland have been nothing more than absolutely stellar. Even the beggars have been stellar.
Getting more aggressive, that one.
Getting more aggressive. You walk past her enough, I'm sure she'll kick the shit out of you.
She'll take the money off you.
I think she was getting to that point, like, I believe they're taunting me. And no, she was Irish.
That's English. Doing more like this. How you doing that?
Oh yeah.
What's the weather like in Belfast?
Yeah, up and down with the sing-songy stuff. Alright, so Scottish, I went home with the 15-year-old Dalmore last time. So he wasn't in my presence when I had this for the first time. I think they gave us a sample.
This one's sherry.
And yes, this one's a sherry versus the other, So we're gonna pour that in. You gotta, if you don't tip it, you'll bruise it. That's what I always learned back when I was studying for being a bartender. Whether you're doing wine or you're doing beer, the Guinness likes to froth up on you if you're not careful. You want a short fall. An easy bump, so they say. Alright, so, that's the stuff. Yep. Oh, I can't Scottish. I can't do it.
Go for it. Is that different from a normal 15-year-old?
It's got a little bit more up front. We all know that the Dalmore is the smoothest Scotch on the planet, okay? This has got a little bit more up front. And it does bring in that the floral, that floral from the sherry. You could, right towards the end, it's on there in the backside. That's good too. Oh yeah. Now we discovered there's a cigar malt on our adventures, and we saw that for the first time. They got so many flavors now.
And we looked at the 45-year-old.
Well, I was looking at the 18-year-olds, and he was looking at the 45-year-olds. Wait, what are we talking about? Oh,
Yeah.
oh, my bad. We're talking about whiskey.
It's an age difference again.
Yeah, it's an age difference. I apologize. So, the 45-year-old Dalmore, what did she say? It was 19,000 pounds. Not the bottle, not the keg, not the truck. That's how much money it costs to buy that bottle. And when you talk about the difference in the exchange between American dollars and the Scottish pound, it's a 40% difference. So, you know, for me, being in America, it would be like $25,000, which is a big fat no from me. And what she say? She said, well, was it the 40 over there? That's only
It's 15 grand.
15 grand. It's like, that's not much help.
But she was nice too. I was hoping she was going to like to taste the 18-year-old, but she didn't.
No, she didn't. She didn't, or the whiskey.
You know.
What do you think I came over here for? The redheads, man. We saw one. He was getting a football shirt. I'm sorry. Is it soccer or football? Your choice.
It's football.
It's football.
Yeah.
Football.
You use your foot to kick a ball. You don't use your hands.
You use your foot. You don't use your hands. It's not rugby.
Well, rugby, you pass the ball back.
And it's funny shaped.
It is.
Like it'll fit right in an Englishman's anus.
That's why rugby players walk funny, because they've all got funny shaped balls.
I asked for that. I set that one up and he kicked it. I swear, my fault, my bad. I apologize. That was on me. Anyway, what was I going? Okay, yeah, we were in there. He was getting a football shirt, and there was this redhead in there, and you know, I don't want to use this vernacular, but I don't know what else to call it. There was the adult section upstairs, and it was where he got the shirt because it had to be an adult size. Well, the little cute redhead was in the kids section. And that's not the way I wanted to put that. No, absolutely not. The young adults. There we go. The young adult section. But yeah, man, she was cute. And probably like this big around. It was like, whoa, man, that would fit right in my suitcase. We've seen a lot of good-looking stuff while we've been here. You know, a lot of healthy fillies. So, Mr. Scottish Tiger, today we went to Loch Lomond and I got to put my hands in the water again.
You got to feed the ducks.
And I got to feed the ducks, and we saw the Loch Lomond monster, which looks an awful lot like a swan.
Like you done worse than a crocodile feeding a hoodie.
Yeah, he looked like he was angry. Scotty just kept going, you might want to step back just a wee bit. He's honking at you. You might want to step back just a little bit. That's close enough, Vin. That's close enough.
The honking I didn't mind, it was a hissing. that's a sign you don't want to be near.
Yeah. But, you know, there was a lady standing there taking pictures, and I'm telling stories about the chickens kicking my ass, and he's telling stories about a Loch Lomond monster being a crocodile. She didn't know which end was up. She looks at both of them as like, are you people serious? And then you know, this guy like a 6-year-old, you know, he's telling this story about eating the ice cream. He had a good time. He's like, I haven't had ice cream for quite a while. And I'm like, you showed me a picture. You had ice cream 2 days ago. And he's like, no, you're right. Yep. Like, you know, go bullshit somebody else. All right, so tomorrow we are doing what besides the restaurant?
Well, we're heading off to Inverness tomorrow, so on the train, so 3.5, 4 hours.
During the spring, which makes this country look like a whole different creature.
And you get a new part, so you're going from Glasgow rather than going from Perth. So there'll be an extra hour of landscape you haven't seen before. Yes.
Seeing the countryside has been really cool. You know, when I was here in November, you could see through the trees because there's no leaves. You know, now with everything being green and starting to get covered up as the leaves expand. But I was telling my mom, I've seen trees, and he's laughing at me because I'm trying to describe this tree that I've never seen before, and I'm like, what the hell is that? You know, I've never seen a tree that had thorns, needles on the trunk. before. I was blown away. I'm like, this is a cactus? No, it's not a cactus, but it looks like a cactus. So, okay, carry on.
And then once we get to the next one, we're going to take you to a supermarket.
Right, yes.
So you can go and see all the wines and go and see the fresh meat.
Mm-hmm.
And the difference between the Scottish and the stuff that they bring in from down south in other countries.
Yes. So the butcher's going in to study the meat is what I'm doing. But I told him he was telling me about the Tesco having like a mile-long section of just wines, and you know, while in Scotland I can drink the damn thing. I don't have to take it with me. The Scotch is going home. But I'm probably going to buy a bottle of wine from one of these European countries that I've never had a bottle of wine from and go, I might even be able to get a bottle of port from Portugal.
You could do.
Because I this close to Portugal.
We're on the same time zone.
Oh, Dad. I better not do that because that stuff is stout.
Yeah.
I want to go a little, something like a red wine, something French, yeah, we'll figure it out when we get there. All right, continue.
And then you would go and get the rest of your tongue.
Yes, yeah. We're going back to visit our friend Constantino. If he's there, he may not be there. It's been 4 months.
Yes.
I can't see why he wouldn't. But
I think he owns the place, so
oh,
there's a good chance he might be.
oh, yeah, that would explain why he floats off the ground.
Yes.
So we're gonna go back and see Constantino and finish out my tartan year. Well, not finish out. We're gonna add to. How about that? We're gonna add to, because with a 40% exchange difference, you know, we can't afford to complete the set. That was $1,000 last time, but it was necesito. Yeah, we're gonna go do that, and what else?
The next day we go to Dunrobin Castle.
Yes, and that's the exciting part. That's the money. That's the money shot in this particular stream, because we're going as far north and as far away from home as I have ever been. You know, London might be that way, but this is as close to the North Pole as I've ever been. So seeing a castle, and in fact, I showed you on the stream the other night, the even aerial view of this thing was gorgeous, so I cannot imagine how beautiful it is up close.
Then we're going to watch some football.
Mm-hmm.
See Inverness Caledonian versus Arco.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to see if you can get yourself a soccer top.
Right.
Just to use the things that these American people remember.
Using the correct vernacular for these heathens.
That's it. You people who speak gobbledygook.
Gobbledygook. Yeah, I keep getting told I speak gobbledygook because I can't read Celsius versus Fahrenheit. And
But Siri didn't know either.
Siri doesn't know the answer to that equation either. That's gonna be. We're gonna laugh about that all the way home. So yeah, the Scottish Tiger has blessed me with my own hooligan wear, so that when I go, I fit in, and no one will realize that there's a filthy blue-blooded American sitting over here if I just keep my mouth shut. And I've offered to get a souvenir red card from the referees, but he told me that was a no-no.
The referee won't give you a yellow card. It will just be a security guard taking you to Police Scotland, and you don't want to do that.
I told you, I paid extra for that. So I was told no, and so I thought, yeah, okay, fine.
You get to eat a pie.
Well, maybe 1 or 2 or 3, whatever I get full, you know. I was under the impression that they walked around like the hot dog hawkers you see on the big arenas and stadiums in America. Hot dogs, peanuts, popcorn, what's the other thing? The cotton candy, have a beer, you know. Apparently you have to go to the kiosk. They want you to walk off your fat ass. So I'm with you on that. Let's go. I told the guys, I said, you're going to be so focused on the football match that you're going to look up to say something to me, I'll be gone. And be like, that fat bastard's getting another pie, isn't he?
You can't buy alcohol at the ground, just so I know. So you're not allowed alcohol. We don't want people getting drunk and fighting.
But you didn't say I couldn't put a water bottle full of alcohol with a hose in it in my scarf. Now, did you?
Well, they would take the bottle off you when you went into the stadium, but yeah,
How are they gonna find a water bottle on me with a scarf around my neck?
they'll find it.
They smell. I wish the Scots could smell alcohol for 5 miles. That's probably true. That's probably
I'm having a good sniff of yours yesterday.
Yeah, I had a, yeah, well, I'll talk about that on the home stream. But I had a Manhattan, and it was properly made, and boy was it ever. The bitters, when it hit that glass, you could smell it from a mile away, and I'm like, man, that is gorgeous. That's a good aroma. Alright, and then,
You forgot yesterday you got to see Celtic's football ground and Rangers' football ground.
yes, during the tour, we got to see a lot of the sites, a lot of the landmarks. I got to see this old playing ground. I got to see a couple of football grounds and many landmarks. It was a hell of a tour. And then I had my phone jet earplugs plugged into this box in front of me. It was telling me giving a guided tour while he was driving. Which kind of did, it has to be satellite activated because it didn't talk.
It's recording on the bus.
Right, so is he pushing the button?
No, it's just automatic. So the bus, when it comes to the bus, as it gets closer to the bus stop, then kind of wheels on the actual.
So it is GPS activated?
Yeah.
That's okay. I couldn't figure out why it wasn't talking while you're at the stoplight.
Oh, okay.
You figured it would just continue to dram on,
Yeah. It's all technical.
It's smarter than I am, that's all I can tell you.
That's it, yeah.
Okay.
But your smartphone is smarter than you are.
I think I've got a, what are those things called? I think I got a flip phone from the 90s. It's probably smarter than I am. And it's been dead for 25, 30 years.
Do you want to try this iron blue?
I do.
When they get glasses, so go in the fridge.
Alright. So this iron brew is gonna be a fun trip if I can get it out. Oh. This is an odd duck. This is a real odd duck.
So you have to pour iron blue into a cold glass. That's why I had glasses in the fridge.
And who made that rule?
I don't know. It just tastes better.
This is the lore that we find while we're traveling in Scotland. Some people, there you go. Some people pour a nice tall glass of wine. Some people pour a nice tall glass of iron brew.
Made in Scotland from Burton's.
It says it's brewed from girders.
It is.
Right on the bottle it says brewed from girders.
It does. It's the iron that gives it the colour.
That's not funny. He says it's rust colored. That's not rust colored. It looks like something that happened when you get sunburned. You know, but it says brewed from girders. It's naturally caffeine free, which hurts my feelings. And with a cheeky wee hide, H-E-I-D.
Okay.
On it. It's not how you spell hide. Heed? Head.
Head.
H-E-I-D, head.
Aye.
Aye. That's why I'm wrong. That's why I'm lost.
Do you want me to get the guide dog to read it?
Well, once I figured out what I was reading, I'm like, oh, that's what that word is. He showed me a poem earlier, and he's like, yeah, read this. And I'm like, yeah, I can't read that. But I was reading it, and I'm like, okay, I got the word. He's still talking, and I'm still trying to process sentence one. And, but yeah, okay, let's try this wonderful original recipe, iron brew. And let's see if they were lying about what's in the bottle, because, maybe it's just a marketing strategy. Can you taste the difference?
A little bit. But when I taste it and you taste it, you taste something different. So you taste bubblegum and I taste something else, that is Iron Brew. Because I'll be drinking it all my life. Here we don't give babies milk, we give them Iron Brew.
And that explains what, it explains a lot of things. It doesn't have the lingering, okay? I do notice that. It doesn't stay with you. There's a lot of potency up front, but the flavor dies quickly, and it's a little bit sweeter, in my opinion. Or a different sweetness. But yeah, it smells funny.
Remember you get 10 pence back on the bottle.
Yeah, and then you get 10 pence back on the bottom. Well, he does. I don't live here. That is strange. Now I can't decide which one I like more. I do know that this has got like colors in it, and that's a no-no for me. I'm gonna sleep very, very poorly. No, I'm not. I'm gonna have 12 more of these, and I'm gonna pass out. I'm gonna sleep very, very poorly because I had colors for the first time. It is different. But it's strikingly almost identical,
Yep.
flavor-wise, flavor profile. But it's like I said, the window of flavor is like that, whereas in the other bottles, it's lasting. That is cool. That is really cool.
You had the red cola yesterday.
I had the red cola yesterday, so when I was here in the last time, we had that breakfast where there was red berry, and I said it tasted like cough syrup, or like a medicine, And he gives me a bottle of this red cola, and it has almost identical, to me, it's almost identical flavor, ever so slight difference, definitely on sweeter. But yeah, about the same flavor profile. And then, like I said earlier, I had the extra flavored Iron Brew, which is super potent. So yeah, we've had, and then he conned me into, not conned me, I asked him which ones to buy. He got me this chocolate bar that had caramel down the center. And it's called Chunk. And it's flat as a pancake, man. It is thin, like my patience. And I open up this thing and I'm like, the hell? It looks like somebody like took a Snickers bar and rolled a pinwheel over it and just flattened it, completely. And I looked at that thing, I'm like, this can't be what this is. But I understand after I bit into it, the caramel is real. It is not like a manufactured syrupy creature. It is real. And it's not a sickening sweet. It's a really good flavor. And then I got that, was it Frog?
The
Frito. Frito, back in the other room. And I showed it to my mom. That one looked like it was just plain chocolate. So I'm trying all the things that I can try. Yeah, he's got one more thing he wanted me to, what was it called? Twisties? No. What is it called? What was he wanting me to try next thing?
I can't remember.
Can't remember now.
I'll think about it when I'm done.
In Tesco. Yeah.
You're going to have cream soda in there as well.
Cream soda was on the list.
And ginger beer.
Ginger beer, yeah. Yeah, because it's made with real ginger. It's an actual ginger beer. And he showed me like an energy drink that they make here.
What is it?
I've been focused because of me being in the trade. I was focused on the packaging. He pointed out, because I was asking why Pepsi, the 12 pack, is not in a box. It's plastic wrapped. And he said, it's friggin' Scotland, it rains every 5 minutes. You don't really want to have everything covered in paper. And I'm like, that makes sense. Then we go down to the end of the aisle and here's Coca-Cola in paper, but the ends are uncovered. And I'm going, but why?
But that's only a 6-pack.
That is true. That is only a 6-pack. And the 4-packs were like that too. They used a little bit of cardboard on the outside, and that was it. And so the packaging is different. The methodology of putting things on the shelf is different. And I'm all focused on looking at the shelving and looking at the packaging, and he's like, hey, yank, look, Scotch eggs. And after that, I was like, oh shit. So I ended up with a box of Scotch eggs, which were absolutely amazing. But took pictures of all the cool meats that I could see. And then tomorrow, like you said, we're going to go look at an actual meat shop. And I'm going to stand there.
It's a supermarket that'll have a lot more meats than the one we're in today.
And you know, so I can stand there and lick the windows and go, this is not how I do things, but I understand.
You forgot about the plastic.
The
On the shelf.
Yeah. So when I was coming up in the grocery business, there was glass jars of what kind, but you had to stack them, one on top of the other, and then you had to be very careful because if you knocked one over, especially baby food. Baby food was a mug. You had to stack them very, very carefully. If you knock one of them over, the whole thing falls over. Well, over here, instead of just having nothing but a shelf, they had a plastic lip about that tall, so you could reach over and grab the jar and pull it out. And if it fell over, who cares? It ain't going no place. So you knock one over in America, the whole thing was on the floor, right? So I was just like, I'm enthralled. Like, this could have saved me so much time and profit. So yeah, there's so many pictures I've taken so far. I'm sure my phone's going, please stop taking pictures.
I said that.
And he's sending me, he's taking pictures now, taking pictures, sending me pictures, like, here, add these to the list. And I'm like, I'm not. So the making of this stream is going to be very, very busy. So yeah, we've been on subways, we've been lost inside of buildings, trying to figure out where the door is to places. We've been on journeys, people. Between the whole.
When were we lost?
When we were looking for that restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were like, we're in the building, we're in the right building, we're upstairs, where's the door? All right, I'm gonna go up another flight of stairs. That's not the door. So where's the door? They didn't specify how many doors you had to go through to find the restaurant. When they say it's a hidden gem, they're not screwing around, Dan. Okay. All right, so is there anything else you would like to add, Mr. Scottish Tiger?
That's it for today.
That's all
I
for
can't
you.
think of anything else. You had the Loch Lomond whiskey today.
Mm-hmm. Because we went to Loch Lomond, and again, I put my hands in the water. I put my hands in the water, and I'm standing there, and I'm rubbing the water in this time, right? I'm trying to get Scotland to go into my fucking pores. And Scottish Tiger looks at me point blank, and he goes, "You didn't take a picture?" And I'm like, "This one's for me." And I'm trying to get in there and make me Scottish. So I go back and take the pictures, But yeah, putting my hands in the water and seeing the ducks and the geese and the beautiful countryside. That swans. I have a hard time telling the difference. One tastes like grease, and apparently we can't have the foie gras while we're here. And then the other one is loud and bites you, which I guess is all of them. So it's really hard to tell them apart. They say, swans are beautiful, the great, big, beautiful, graceful. Bullshit. They are giant, feather-covered dinosaurs, and they will kill you.
That one gave you an evil look. He wanted you dead.
He did. He could give me the evil eye. If he could have got both of them at the same time, I'm sure he would have. But I got a picture of him. He's playing with his foot, right? And I'm sure that has made him madder than all hell, because he's like, "Oh, take pictures of me when I'm cleaning myself, will you? Watch this, honk! You dirty rotten." The difference between a swan and a goose is about the same difference as between GMC and Chevrolet. All they do is they take the nameplate off and put a little bigger carriage on the outside, but it's the same damn thing on the inside.
I don't know whether geese can actually swim.
Yeah, they can swim. How do you not know that?
I don't know that.
You don't.
I've never seen geese in
Never
water.
s-
Seen them in fields, but never in water.
And this is where we need the Canadian for the stream.
Yeah, we need Mike. Hey Mike, can geese swim?
Yeah, we need a mic. Yeah, he's sleeping somewhere. He's sleeping off a hangover.
Oh, I meant to congratulate Mike, his Burnley got promoted. Oh.
He what?
Burnley got promoted, his football team got promoted.
Oh,
So I'd like to say congratulations to Mike.
yeah. This is Canadian, I'm assuming.
Yeah. No. English.
Really?
Yeah, it's an English football team that he supports.
Oh, okay. So why would he?
I don't know.
Why would he like an English football team?
I don't know. I didn't ask him that. I just know he supports Burnley.
Okay, and he's Canadian.
Yes.
You know, I'm American, and I got a support for Canadian teams that I've never even seen. You know.
But we have to also congratulate Topher because Leeds United got promoted as well. Topher is less likely to come in.
Topher's less likely to say hi. You are correct.
It's a 285 thing.
But you know, the sandwich will come along eventually. You know, God bless him wherever he's at. Good dude, very good dude.
We need him over here, but he's got a very sharp hat because I would recognise him without it.
He's got to put he's got to put either the disco ball on his head or the Daft Punk helmet. Yeah, otherwise you can't tell who it is. You are correct. You are correct. Otherwise we just call him the Burger King because he's got this burger on his head. You can call it a sandwich. We call it what's the frickin' meat pie. We call it a meat pie on his head. Yes. Damn it. You know, he should come over here. But I think that Sandwich is probably so poor he can't even leave his basement. Poor guy. I told you what happened, didn't I? I subbed to him. I subbed to him for 6 months because he was trying to get to this con he wanted to go to. So I'm like, you know, here's $30. Go do your thing. And then he couldn't make it. So I'm like, you know what, the money goes to a good cause. And then my 6 months went up, and I was trying to keep track, but I was also doing this. I was trying to keep track, and then my 6 months came up, and I didn't stop the renewal. And it renewed on its own, and I'm like, you know, I've spent money on worse things, you know.
The tracks he plays are brilliant.
They are. They absolutely.
I like the older ones. The modern stuff. I like it. I listen to it.
Yeah.
It's great when I'm grading papers.
Mm-hmm.
Get dancing and grading.
Yeah, when I'm driving in, it's really good stuff. It's really, really good stuff.
Student C can easily become a B just by listening to Sandwich.
Yeah, and I'm on the opposite end of the spectrum. I want to see those B's become C's. And we're not talking about grades no more. Alright. Well, I'll tell you what. You know, over there in America, it is, whoa. I can't do math no more. It is 7 o'clock.
25 past 2.
Did my watch stop talking to me? Because mine says something else. How do you get 25?
So it's 8, sorry, so it's 25 past 3.
Okay, there you go. So over there in the States, it's not even close to supper time, and you know, getting the kids out of school, so they're not into sitting down and watching the streams yet. But hopefully, when they get off their lazy asses and decide to look at the stream, they'll be able to say hi. But I do want to thank you for being with me on a stream for the first time.
It was fun.
Man, you know, next time we'll get company. I blame you people. The mob, while we are not vast, we do not have countless amounts of members. Hell, I can count the members who do show up on one hand. But the ones who are loyal.
You got 6 fingers?
It wasn't me. It was the 6-fingered man. I'm looking for a man who has 6 fingers on one hand. Damn it, got me sidetracked. Even though there's not a whole lot of us, they are the best in the world. Not CM Punk best, but still the best in the world. So I am very grateful. I am grateful for your friendship.
Thank you.
I have known some people, I'm 45. God, I said that out loud.
Still a youngster.
Huh?
Still a youngster.
That's what he says. Everything's falling apart over here. I am 45 and I've been all over and I've known some people, but I'm telling you, this is one of the best humans I have ever met in my life. And I'm learning new things every single day, and it is priceless, the gifts that he's given to me. And I'm not talking material, I'm talking spiritual. So I want to thank you for everything. And to the rest of the mob, get your act together. When I ask you to be here, you gotta be here. Nah. I'll catch you guys on the flip side, okay? Until next time, be good to yourself, be good to each other. Remember that no matter what happens, whether you're here, you're in Scotland. Where are we at? Oh yeah, it's Scotland. You're in the States. Get the hell out of Canada. I love you. I'm proud of you. And you matter. You are important. Keep doing what you're doing. All right? All right. So I'll catch you guys later. Be good. Mwah. Arrivederci, baby.